Holy cow. Wonderhussy here, exploring the beautiful desert in the great state of Arizona. That's right, I went and picked up this t-shirt earlier today because I couldn't be more excited to be here in this beautiful desert. I mean, I'm partial to the Mojave Desert because that's where I live, but this, well, I guess you'd call it the Sonoran Desert, is just beautiful. Uh-oh, I just gave a sneak peek of what I'm doing. Well, what I'm doing is basically off-roading through this beautiful desert, through these amazing craggy mountains covered in saguaro cactus and palo verde trees, ocotillo and beaver tail cactus, and, well, funky metal art, as the case may be. And more than just some funky metal art made out of old shocks, there's also this amazing cabin. Okay, this is a cabin I've been trying to get to for years, actually. Somebody told me about it years ago and I had it pinned on my map and I just never got down around to this area at the right time of year until today. And let me tell you something, it was a gnarly road to get here, but my trusty steed made it with no problems at all. And now here I am about to go poke around in this very interesting looking, well, I guess it's a cabin. I mean, obviously it's some kind of building, but I wasn't sure if it's a cabin or just a bar. Apparently the Arizona desert is full of these random unofficial bars, like out in the middle of the desert. You'll just be off-roading in your side-by-side and then you'll come upon this bar where there's some dude actually serving drinks, and I don't know how the legality of it all works, but, well, there's nobody here right now and there's certainly nobody serving drinks, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a cabin for now. That's right, Arizona is so hardcore that they have bars in the desert. I mean, I guess there's just a lot of off-roaders in Arizona, so, well, it stands to reason that they would want a place to sit and enjoy a beer. Okay, well, before any of these off-roaders suddenly show up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do because it's a beautiful day, let's go explore inside this. I mean, it looks like a roadhouse on the road to, well, golly, I don't know, but a place that I'd probably want to go. You know what I mean? Like if Sturgis was held on the banks of the river Styx on the way to the 9th circle of hell, this looks like the kind of bar you might go in and, well, get into a real good fist fight in, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's take a look around. I guess before I go in, I should note that there's plenty of parking out front. I parked over there. There's room for all kind of rigs out here, and it looks to me like the kind of place people do camp out at because there's a big fire pit right in the, well, I guess you'd call it the front yard, you know, as if it was really a bar, you know, if there could be a band playing and then a bunch of people hanging out, drinking. Anyway, oh, look, there's even a street light. Oh my goodness. I guess you have to bring a generator to plug it in. Like for security. And there's a mailbox that's fallen over, unfortunately. I wonder if there's any mail in it. Well, it looks like there were maybe some bullets in it and a mini of fireball. Boy, if that ain't pure Arizona. And then, of course, next to the mailbox, there's all that weird art. I love this stuff. It's made out of old, I think those are old shocks, springs from suspension, right? Or maybe not shocks, what do you call it? The springs, you know, that's all part of the suspension. This is a little horse. This is a little bug. Then we got this man made out of other random car parts. Oh dear, look at his little wrench hand. Woo! How you doing, partner? And then behind the junk parts man, there's a horseshoe pit. You can play horseshoes here while you're having a beer. And then over here, just behind the horseshoe pit, we have a burn barrel that's full of bullet holes. No glass or cans, that's burnables. But then over here, like inexplicably, there's these barrels full of plastic bottles and beer cans, and I don't understand who they think is gonna come pick this stuff up. You know what I mean? It's not like there's any trash service way out here. Gosh, this is one of those days where I have to keep putting my glasses on and off because, oh my God, the sky here is just so absolutely beautiful. Blue as can be with big fluffy white clouds, and those clouds keep obscuring the sun and unobscuring the sun, and, well, I know it just drives some people nuts when I take off and put on my glasses, so I'm just, I guess, explaining why I'm doing it. Okay, let's go inside this bar now. Okay, so the first thing I notice about it is there's license plates from all over the place. I mean, even British Columbia, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. I'd like to meet the guy named Bubba who lives in Massachusetts. You know what I mean? I know a guy named Bubba who lives in Pahrump, and that I can believe. But the Massachusetts Bubba, I'd be very curious to meet. Oh, then there's a guy named Crispin from Maine, Vermont, Wisconsin, California. Anyway, there's like almost every state in the United States represented here, and then some states that aren't in the United States, like Alberta and British Columbia. How about that? We got Oklahoma, we got South Dakota, we've got Iowa, we've got Texas, we even have Alaska, Saskatchewan, Utah, Alberta, Washington, Iowa. Gosh, I'm gonna guess the reason there's so many Canadian plates up is, well, there's a lot of snowbirds down here in this part of the country that come down here from Canada in the wintertime because it's so freaking nice. Look at that guy, Well Digger from Montana. Yeah, and then down here we got Minnesota, Kentucky. Look at that, even St. Martin. Holy cow. Smile, mon. Look at this skull. Oh my God, that's an amazing longhorn skull. Just wired up here on this post, sitting here rotting away. Jaw's a little bit out of alignment. Looks like he was caught mid-chewing a cud. Uh-oh, look, there's even a bra hanging up there. It's one of those bars. Boy, this really is like being at Sturgis. And that's not even the only skull. There's a skull down there below it, just a regular old burro or cow skull or something like that. But there's all these other really cool, I guess those are bighorn sheep antlers. They're just real eaten away looking, which is interesting. I didn't know that happened to bighorn sheep. What do you call them, antlers or horns? I guess they're horns. They're not big antler sheep. Anyway, I've never seen one in that condition. Over here we got something that almost looks like a jackalope skull. You ever heard of a jackalope? It's a jackrabbit mixed with an antelope. That's kind of what that looks like, only that would be a mighty big jackrabbit. Anyway, aside from all the license plates, skulls, and bones and antlers, the other thing I notice is there's a lot of money stuck on this mysterious desert bar cabin. I mean, it looks like the tradition is to leave a dollar bill with your name on it or something and staple it up on the wall. But if you look at how many dollar bills are up all over the porch on this place, well, if you added up all these dollar bills, you just might be able to afford the gas to get back out of here. And look at this awesome barbecue grill out front. I mean, look at this shield and swords mounted on top of it. I mean, whoever did this place is amazing. I gotta give a lot of props to whoever's in charge of this place. But this is a great grill. I mean, you could get a whole rack of ribs going here. Look at the little diamond plate door. I mean, this is really nice. It's cleaned out even. They shoveled out their ashes. This is a newer latch too. Look at that. And it's unlocked. Anybody could come here and use it, which is why I'm guessing this is just a public volunteer cabin slash bar slash party place. I mean, oh my God, you could have the most epic party here. Okay, there is a lot to look at here, so I'm just gonna kind of go around and point out things of interest to me personally, like this terrifyingly realistic rattlesnake. Well, maybe it's not super realistic. It does have eyelashes. I don't think real rattlesnakes have beautiful eyelashes like that. Oh my God, can you imagine if this was a real rattlesnake and I was doing this? Yikes! But yeah, basically this is just a big shade porch, a really nice porch to hang out on, and well, I guess, well, you probably drink beer, talk about how much you hate Joe Biden. That's just a wild guess based on this giant Trump flag hanging here. Matter of fact, I think we should play a game and see if we can find any references at this cabin to Let's Go Brandon. I bet we will. And if you don't know what that means, then consider yourself lucky. Look at this chandelier the Trump flag is hanging from, though. It's a really cool old chandelier with beer cans hung all over it. Well, beer cans and seltzer cans and soda cans, all kinds of cans. That's pretty cool. That's a fun idea. Oh, look at this, September 11th. There's a bald eagle crying and then a pretty burly looking biker guy looking kind of serious down below. I wonder what the story behind this is, huh? I had to zoom out a little bit just to give you an idea of what exactly I'm working with here. There is so much going on here. So it looks like this is kind of like a seating area. We got some pretty nice couches, and this is testament to the pleasant climate down here that they're able to keep these fully upholstered, you know, sofa, easy chair. This stuff doesn't rot down here because it's so nice and dry, and well, here it's in the shade. But then over on this side of the porch, it looks like it's kind of more like the kitchen area. This is the galley. Oh, and the here's all the staple guns, so you can staple your dollars up on the rafters like we already talked about. There's a microwave, but I can't imagine that it works or that any generator in the world is powerful enough to power a microwave. I'm just curious if there's anything in it. Let's see. Yep, sand for dinner again. Oh, here's another pure Arizona sticker. For Spanish, pull my finger. I don't think I have to explain that one to anyone. But then next to the microwave, there's a coffee maker. I mean, how do they think people are going to plug all this stuff in? I think it's just props. It's just got to be joke props, because look how old that plug is. There's some... Oh, look, there's some biker folks, speaking of Sturgis, up at Mount Rushmore. They probably did that while they were at Sturgis. I'll bet anything. I actually went to Sturgis myself once. Little known fact, I worked at Sturgis back in 2013, 10 years ago now. I worked at one of the bars in Sturgis as a shot girl. And it was wild. I worked at a saloon called the Knuckle Saloon, if you've ever been to Sturgis. It's right on the main street, and it's a regular bar. They serve all kinds of fried foods, burgers, stuff like that. But then they had this big kind of like arena off to the side that had a stage, and they had bands play every day, and music, you order drinks, eat food out there. But then every afternoon around 1 o'clock, they had MMA fights. Well, I don't even know if it was MMA. It was basically just like anybody who wanted to could get in the ring and fight each other. I'm not kidding. Anybody who wanted to could just walk in and sign up that day, and they would kind of make an effort, I guess, to match you up with somebody who was relatively in your own weight class and age class. Because let me tell you something. Well, if you've ever been to Sturgis, you know that there's folks from all age groups that go out there, and I saw grannies and grampies and young gals and young bucks, and everybody out there was raring to go, man. They would get in this ring and just fight each other using whatever skills they had, and then at the end of it, whoever won, everybody in the stands would just like, throw crumpled dollar bills down on them. And so just a rain of money. And then they would come out with a broom. I mean, I feel like I have all the props I need here, and sweep up all the money, and then the winner, that would be what they won. And gosh, in some cases, I bet it added up to a decent amount of money. Anyway, I was working in this environment as a shot girl, which means I was selling shots of liquor. And I didn't know anything about I got the job on Craigslist in Vegas. Some dude posted on Craigslist in Vegas, looking for models to go out to South Dakota to work the Sturgis rally. And at that time, I was newly self-employed. I had just quit my loathsome job as a casino photographer. And so I thought, well, why not? I'll go to South Dakota. And so, I got a cheap plane ticket on, what's that really cheap? Frontier Airlines, I think. And he hired like 6 models. We all stayed at the guy's house. I mean, it was a wild story. And I had to wear this weird little costume, like this black leather biker cowgirl costume with a riding crop, and basically go around and spank people and sell them shots of liquor. It was wild. Anyway, enough about my own Sturgis experience. It's actually interesting enough that I should probably make an entire video about that at some later date. I'm like, oh my goodness, like this drawer is full of photos. People who've been here over the years. Oh my God, it looks like it's a big biker hangout. This is wild. I mean, I want to look in every single one of these drawers. That's just roofing. That's just rat poo. Oh, that's just $1. But, I don't want to be here all day. And believe it or not, I don't even think I'm at the actual cabin I came to see. I think there's an even nicer cabin just up the road. So let's just check a few more. We don't want to spend too much time. Look at this glassware for cocktails. This is super impressive. And these latches to close this thing are really nice. I mean, I guess you have to do it like this so the wind doesn't blow everything open. Oh my God, it feels like I'm trying to button my jeans. You know what I mean? Ladies, let's see what's on this side. Oh, just more glassware, and then of course people's names. Folks from all over the place come here and leave their dollar bills and write their names and write their little... Oh my goodness, there's some very inappropriate adult scribblings here on this cabin. I wouldn't imagine this would be a place you would take kids, but then it says here that these people and their grandkids... Nevaeh. Oh, I don't know how you feel about that. The name Nevaeh, I think is how you pronounce it. It's heaven spelled backward. Anyway, these people took their grandkids out here, and well, who knows? Little Nevaeh might have changed her name to Bleh after this. Okay, hopefully I don't have to explain that joke either. Oh, hey, look. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go, Brandon. You big dick bump. What'd I tell you? I knew I was going to find at least one reference to Let's Go, Brandon. And to be honest... I wouldn't be surprised if we see something a lot cruder than that here. Oh dang, look at the size of this beautiful purple lace bra. That's a big one. I mean, I'd like to see the gal that fills those cups. Oh, I wonder what size it is. Does it say? 77K. Oh no, it's just a 48 double D. Well, what do I know? I'm a 32A. Okay, here next to the door that goes into the cabin, there's a movie poster for that movie, The Hills Have Eyes. Remember that? About those creepy people that lived out in the desert. I think they were cannibals. And I think about this movie a lot at some of the places I go exploring, including this one. Okay, so that was like the kitchen area. This over here was the seating area. Now let's go into this. There is an interior. All right, look at this book. On the outside, it's like a book about the Old West, it looks like. One of those National Geographic books or something. Most of the pages are missing. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that people who hang out at this cabin don't do a whole lot of reading. I mean, that would explain why somebody left his reading glasses right here laying on the table covered in dust. Okay, what's inside? It's just one room, one shallow little room. Not really the kind of place you would want to hang out in unless it was like super windy or something, because it's pretty gnarly dusty in here, but I don't know. I mean, there's no rat poo. It's just pictures and pictures and pictures. The walls are lined in pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures and even more pictures, I guess, of all the people who've come here over the years. And then there's like binders full of women, presumably, on the table here. I guess these are like trail registers, excuse me. This one's from 2011. Sat and enjoyed your place. I read all the logbooks. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at this, a Navy SEALs flag. Oh, there's a thin blue line flag. That's right on brand. Right next to a very sexy negligee. Oh, it's like a sexy French maid costume, I guess, for like fantasy night in the bedroom. Well, I'd like to see the biker gal who left this here. I wonder what she kept in these little pockets. One of them probably had PCP, and the other one had... Oh, look, interesting. Here it just says Biden with a star. It doesn't say F Biden or anything against Biden. It just says Biden. Could this be one lonely pro-Biden visitor in a sea of anti-Biden folk? Oh my god, look, there's even like an air conditioner. I mean, these have to just be props for jokes, you know? Like, there's no way that old thing would actually work. Like a Christmas tree on top of an old medicine chest. There's nothing in here. Oh no, it's just a stand. Wow. Wow, then there's like business cards upon business cards from all these people who have been out here. We got Eric Burton, personal watercraft specialist. Dumping stuff. Forklift repair, concrete pumping, you know, your basic all-American manly man jobs. You're not going to see too many software programmer business cards in here, methinks. Oh, look, there's a dart board on the floor. I guess they used to play darts in here. Well, it's interesting. When I got here, the door was wide open. I guess it doesn't matter because this isn't the kind of cabin you want to hang out in anyway. But I don't know. I think I'm going to close it when I leave because, like I said, I do try to leave these places better than I found them. Look at this. Who is John Lobot? John Lobot is a semi-anonymous Facebook character who, despite his abrasiveness, serves as a highly individualistic counterpoint to the collectivist social structures found in some Facebook groups. What? Which are often based on self-appointed oppressive bureaucratic functionaries and resultant cultures that embrace mediocrity in the name of egalitarianism. John Lobot, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I've actually never heard or seen on Facebook somebody posting under the name John Lobot, but now I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. That's pretty funny. Okay, wow. There is no way in a million years I could ever point out everything interesting here at this little... I'm just going to go ahead and call it a bar. Because like I said, there's another cabin, I think, right up the road that's supposed to be really nice. So I would think if anybody was coming to actually spend the night here, they would stay up there and just come party down here. Now, to that end, we're going to have to tune in next time if you want to see the cabin, because I'm about to drive up there. But before I go, I might as well leave something behind. I don't know if I have any $1 bills I want to staple to the walls, but I do have some stickers. Let's see, I'll go ahead and put it right here. Wonderhussy. There you go. I don't know, that kind of seems like the kind of sticker that should fit right in here. One of my viewers made me some of these stickers. I don't have very many left, unfortunately. But what's funny about it is he based it on a photo in which I was wearing kind of light orange colored shorts. So because it's in black and white, it looks like I'm wearing thigh-high black stockings and no pants at all. Which is why I say it seems like the kind of sticker that would fit right in here. One other thing I think would fit right in here is I happen to have a bottle of Jack Daniels with me. I never roll without my Jack Daniels. So before I leave, I feel like it might just be fitting to take a shot of good old Jack Daniels right here on the porch of this biker bar at the edge of the river Styx on the road to nowhere, running between a saguaro cactus and an ocotillo grove. Cheers. That'll put hair on your chest. Or your pits, as the case may be. And that's about all there is to this little biker bar cabin in the middle of nowhere. One other thing I noticed, though, that I want to point out is these flags are really sad. This is Honor 58, Country Strong. Route 91, Country Strong. That's referencing the terrible shooting in Las Vegas. I don't know if you remember, a few years ago, there was that Route 91 country show going on, and this dude up in the Mandalay Bay just like fired a bunch of high-powered rifles out his window and killed, I guess he killed 58 people. It was just terrible, and I know there's a lot of conspiracies and controversies around it. As far as I know, they never did figure out what was going on or why he did it, but I think that's cool that these people left these flags there. I wonder if somebody they knew personally was at that. I mean, I know a girl actually who was working it she was bartending there when it happened, and oh my god, what a terrible thing to live through. Oh yeah, look. On the wall here, there's this little card that says, "Please accept this random act of kindness in the memory of Kelsey Brianne Meadows, one of our 58 angels from the Route 91 Las Vegas shooting." Oh no, that's terrible. Well, I guess it's nice that they memorialized her here at this random biker bar, but I think it's cool to have these little cards that say, "Please accept this random act of kindness." So they must have handed those cards out when they, like, you know how you can pay for somebody's toll on a bridge or something, the car behind you, or you can pay for somebody's coffee at McDonald's in the car behind you, stuff like that. And then I guess, you know, you give that card to the gal at the window and she gives it to the person behind you. That's a really cool idea. Anyway, I don't mean to be a downer. Aside from those flags, I really enjoyed the atmosphere, let's just say, here at this kooky biker bar. But like I said, I do want to keep on cruising up the road to this cabin right around the corner. And if what I saw online is to be believed, it's really nice.